And we're now in the riff raft area. We are. Yeah. You jump from the good to the bad. Not too bad, but boy, if that's not 1970s. You know what I mean? Hey, do you feel like you're in 1970 again? It's something out. Parts of the country where we live, you can be in the most expensive, elaborate area, and then be in what you feel like you're back 50 years ago. This is PG County, Maryland. You know, believe it or not, the MGM is just right up the road from here, believe it or not. National Harbor, all that stuff. Oh my goodness gracious. As we keep on getting up the road, that's what we're doing today. Get up the road and then get this back to the dealership and get the race truck back to the race truck. You know, you think to yourself, what was it like here? Yeah, these are 50s homes, be my guess. 1950s. And what was it like? What was this road? Probably just a very peaceful, tranquil area. You know, the military bases are right here in DC. The Navy is here. You know, got a lot of heavy military in this area. Pentagon. And so you just think to yourself, who lived in these homes back in the 50s? What was the mindset, you know? What was the atmosphere? Bumpity, 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 bump, everybody. Right up here, this is the area here, like, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years ago. Popeyes brought out a new sandwich that I think was competing with the Chick-fil-A sandwich. And this is no lie. A young guy right up the road here where there's a Popeyes went into the Popeyes and he cut in line in front of another guy, and the guy took his gun out and blew his brains out. I mean, over the chicken sandwich, because there were lines out the door for Popeyes when that sandwich was first released. I don't ever think it was really that great a sandwich, but yes, I'm not lying to you. So have you ever heard a story about a young guy going to Popeyes to get in line to get the brand new sandwich that was so revved up to get one that pissed the guy off and cut in front of him and blew his brains out? This is where it happened. But I've witnessed this. You know, I've been in areas, I have no lie, I've gone to businesses, and it's been unbelievable of just people being rude. I mean, I'm not lying. It's like, wow, really? You just cut in front of me, you're starving, you're going to die if you don't get a sandwich 2 minutes faster than I get mine? But when you're dealing with that type of individual, what are you going to do? I mean, do you really want to go down that path where this person's already revved up? You don't know if they're smoking dope. You don't have any idea what's going on. I mean, it's sad. I have another location over in White Oak, Maryland. Sad story. Very sad story. Wasn't my gas station, but it's across the street from it. Here it is, like 5 years ago. I went off on his girlfriend, kills the girlfriend. This is an apartment complex right near the station. I don't have the station anymore. But the guy kills his girlfriend. I don't know if she had a kid or not. I can't remember that. But then the guy goes to the gas station right next to the big apartment complex, high rise, and he blows away the cashier at the gas station. I mean, just wow. You know, and how drugged up was this person? This just cracks me up. The police officer is texting while he's driving on the road. I mean, no lie. I wish I could have had my phone where I could show you this police officer is literally looking at his phone, texting as he does his routine. And keep in mind, he can pull you over for texting and driving, or holding your phone and driving. Technically, you're not supposed to be holding your phone as you drive. Really? You know, people I see going down the road holding their phone, texting, talking on their phone, looking at their phone all day long. All day long. It's all day long. Now we're going back into Virginia. What type of temperatures do we have today? I don't even know in this truck. I'm getting in on so many damn different vehicles. 91. It's 91 degrees. So here's the MGM up here on the left. I've only been there one time. I've never gone to that place but once. It's interesting. I always had the car addictions, never had the gambling addiction. I can get pretty radical. You all know that, but in reality, I'm just as radical every bit of that if you think it through. There it is, MGM. That's a big ass facility, man. You park in the parking garage, man, you can get your exercise in there walking around that place. It's massive. Look at that Kia. That is a puke green color. Just Well, the car gods must be hearing me, or the car tax gods must be hearing me. What's the odds of this, everybody? A guy named Winsome Sears will eliminate the car tax in Virginia. What? Are you kidding me? Did you just hear what I just said? What's the odds? I've been going off. But here's the danger. We've been down this path before. There was a governor that ran on the ticket, eliminate the car personal property tax. That's what he's talking about. And believe it or not, he did make some headway. So the biggest headway he made was he got the car tax for people, non-business owners, to be half the bill. Businesses still had to pay 100% of the tax rate. So he did make a little bit of headway. But so this guy here, hell yeah. Do I need to vote for that guy? Hell yeah. But here's the problem. It has to go through the assembly in Richmond. And that's where this other guy, his name was Doug. I'm trying to remember the guy's name. The governor. This is now 20 plus years ago that this guy ran on the ticket. He's going to get rid of the personal property tax. Like I say, he got some traction. He definitely got, he did get some changes in the car tax system. But at the day, he couldn't eliminate it. So here we go. So I would love to meet this guy and talk to him and go, okay, how are you going to overcome the objection of the General Assembly in Richmond that lives off this tax money in our state, and the counties live off of it? How are you going to overcome that? You're going to have to go through the minority and overrule the majority. How are you going to do it? So it's a great pitch, but do you really think we get it done? I'd be amazed. I wish you would. It's highway robbery, man. It's ridiculous. And Virginia is showing surplus tax monies. I mean, right now, Youngkin's bragging about how much money the state of Virginia has. Yeah, what does that tell you? Yeah, it's overtaxation. Is it better management of the monies that are being allocated? Possibly. But I'd be willing to say it's more about how rich-ass this area is that has such a... I mean, you think about it. Every car... I was asking Brian this morning. He pays $600 a year for his Honda Civic. I said, the irony of your car is your car basically is worth $20,000. Well, that's about an $800 sales tax on that vehicle if you were to buy it at a car dealership. So I said, what's incredible is every year you're paying the sales tax of buying that car again every year. That's basically what's going on. But once again, in this area, if you drive around this area, you look at all the houses for the state of Virginia, you can just average. I've talked about this before on my channel. You're talking an average probably of $1,000 easy for every car rolling down the road on an annual basis. So you think about hundreds of thousands of cars, millions of cars in the state of Virginia, of how much money the state of Virginia is collecting off of this stupid ass tax. It's beyond unbelievable. It is so bad. So maybe somebody's watching my YouTube channel. Wouldn't that be something? That'd be funny. This guy goes, "Oh, I'm a follower of your channel, actually. And I've been listening to you go off about these taxes." And it made me think to myself, why wouldn't I run on the tax break idea? Why wouldn't I run on getting elected to persuade people to believe I can get this sales tax, personal property tax, taken away? And there you go. So I gave the guy his plat to get him. How do I get reimbursed for this? Where's my contribution for me? Where's my money to me? I want the money. Look at this, $15. Now I know why my fast toll balance is low. Brian and I went down this road on Friday last week, Thursday, to get the truck, and by doing that, we burned up a lot of money. We probably burned up $100 worth of toll fees that day. You remember that? So this is what drives you nuts. This is where this is a guy that, his attitude in this truck is, I'm going fast enough, everybody. Why would I move over? Yeah, the guy's, pothead. Sorry, everybody out there if you're a pothead. Another guy here. Yeah, well, no, this guy's stuck behind. Look at me. Look how fast I'm going, and I'm just staying with the flow. Look at the guy over here in the left-hand lane over here. He's doing 80. Yeah, so here we are. I gotta remember to stay off the fast toll lanes because I'm gonna be getting a ton of bills sent to me. Need to update this tag on my account, and maybe the EVH tag will populate, and it'll just be billing my account, and I just have to replenish it with money. It's not that hard to do. I just have an auto replenish, but they want to take $500. I don't want them to take $500. So I'm just piecemealing it, $150, $200 here at a time. But like I say, no wonder it's freaking empty. So left lane closed. Why is that, everybody? And so right now, there is no Blue Cruise. There it is. So there it is. There we go. So now I'm off that. Oh my gosh. The never-ending challenges, everybody. It never ever ends, does it? It just doesn't end, man. Living these roads like I do, and it's the Beltway. But it's what is interesting, even Waze isn't picking this up on its algorithms of how the cars have slowed down. So it makes no sense. Nobody's alerted it. So they do this here. Traffic. Heavy. So I just did it. I just sent everybody traffic. Now hands-free, pedal-free, attitude-free. Yeah, look at this. Oh my gosh. This is basically going into Maryland, everybody. That'd be my guess. Maybe not. Maybe there's an accident up here. But I got to get over the right-hand lane to get on Route 66 to avoid the tolls. And, wow. And yep, there's something going on up here. Police officers had an accident or a ticket or something. I guess. Yeah, here he is. So I wonder what's going on. So they pulled a guy over, and everybody wants to get over the right. You know, you're not supposed to ride. You're supposed to go around him. So what did that lady get in trouble or that guy get in trouble for? Hard to say, everybody. That's it. That was the big shebang. Yeah, if you're a police officer, I give you credit, man, because you will die on these roads of how crazy everybody is. So they put these fast lanes in these roads. And just look here. So over here on the left, 66 East, it's all backed up, but no one wants to spend the money because that can be a $5, $10, or $20 fee to ride. You know, I mean, it just makes no sense. Us taxpayers pay for all this crap, then the state locks it down on these high, you know, really expensive, exorbitant tolls, and then you and I just suffer the consequences. That, oh well, you either pay the big money or just sit in traffic and blah blah blah. What a joke, right? This is where in 1982 I sunk my Chevy truck. So where this whole metro area is here, this used to be all just open fields and streams, and just right over there, where that whole metro area is, that's where I was. My truck with my friend Ivan and Nick on a Friday evening after a major rain that turned a creek into a river. Yeah, I've told that story before. So I'm not embellishing. Look at this. Look at this, Route 66. I mean, it's not believable, everybody. I moved here in 1980. Route 66 looked just like that in 1980. It's no different. After all the money spent in all the road infrastructure, it was just a 2-lane road. Each way, it's just 2 lanes going east and west. And after all this infrastructure, greedy-ass Virginia, instead of letting 6 lanes be open, they won't do it. They have 3 lanes. 3 lanes. We should say 5 lanes being open. Incredible. I know, drive you nuts, won't it? That's miles and miles. So I just came that way earlier, but you know what the dirty trick is? These are plastic. If you slow down, you can drive over that. They just lay down, and you get in. Then you get into the fast hole. Just make sure there's no cop behind you or up ahead of you, because let's say you do that, that's going to be an illegal maneuver on the roadways. And but I've done it when I've been in dead end traffic. You're putting along, and you know how I learned that? I was literally in dead end traffic, and there was an ambulance came up the road, and I just saw them drive over all those markers, and I saw how they all just lay down and pop back up. I was like, damn, I didn't know you could do that. I mean, I've done it many times. When you get stuck in traffic, you got to be somewhere. It's like, forget it. I'll just pay the tolls, but I got to keep rocking. But once again, be very careful. Make sure you know where the police are. Because if he sees you do that, he's definitely going to pull you over. And we got a hot shot Charger on my butt coming up the road. Look, blacked out tag. There's no way, dude. If a cop was I mean, I don't know. The saying is they really can't pull you for the tint and the tag, but I'd be willing to bet a cop would pull that guy. He'd probably just write him up for a speeding ticket. That'd be my guess. See this here? Yeah. Look at that. I mean, come on. I mean, I'm blown away, man. I mean, maybe I gotta get that thing closer up. This thing this thing just shut the hell up. I'm gonna turn off the friggin' adaptive cruise control. It's reading my. See this here? Do you see this? Look, can you read that guy's tag? Oh my gosh. It's like, yeah, right, buddy. Oh my gosh. I mean, this is the worst I've ever seen it. So we're going off an X-ray. This is where this guy's going to nail it. You watch. Now, I don't know if that's the 392 or the 5.7. And the 5.7, it makes a lot of noise, but trust me, I've raced them, and it doesn't do what you think it does. Here we are on the racetrack. I mean, everybody and brother. So he's gone. I mean, he's already gone. So he's up the road. Yeah, he's going to be 80. He'll be an 80, 90 mile an hour guy. I can promise you that. All right, I'm going to get over. This girl is so weird now. People, they kind of like speed up, but then they just die. There's an electric vehicle right there. Come on, dude. Let's go. Go. So there's any cops up here? That's a hit or miss in this area. They like hang out here, then they disappear for a while. So that guy in that red car, look, he's gone, man. I don't even know where he went. But there's a lot of undercover cops. Like this guy here, he's at a West Virginia tag, but these guys run around in trucks, Toyota Camrys, Mustangs, Challengers, Camaros. I mean, they do. Regular old just Charger or Dodge Durango. I mean, those are a little bit more susceptible for you to think about it, but these undercover police are all over the place. More than you realize. Yeah, so already the traffic is a brewing, everybody.